Paris immigrants facing deportation in Cook County will now be able to access legal representation from public defenders starting in January. A pair of bills signed by Governor J.B. Pritzker provides not only legal counsel, but also public information campaigns so immigrants and refugees will know their rights. Joining us to discuss the impact of this new legislation and what it means for the community are Hina Mansouri, head of the immigration unit at the Cook County Public Defender's Office, and State Representative Jennifer Gong-Gershowitz. Thank you to both of you for joining us. So, Representative Gong-Gershowitz, let's start with you, please. You were a sponsor of both of these two bills. Why did you think they were necessary?
Well, these pieces of legislation, both of them, are fundamentally at their core about ensuring basic justice and fundamental fairness. You cannot exercise rights that you don't know that you have, and the consequences can be devastating. And, with respect to access to representation, everyone deserves representation in a courtroom, especially when the stakes are as high as they are in an immigration case. Immigrants are incredibly vulnerable. They may struggle with English, be unlikely to have legal training or experience with the American court system. And it can take years for a trained attorney to master the skills necessary to handle a complex immigration case. And yet we're asking individuals threatened with deportation to essentially defend oftentimes, the equivalent of a death penalty case in a traffic court-like setting. And so this gives the Public Defender's Office the option of representing immigrants in the removal proceedings, providing consistency in representation and access to justice.
And Hina, from your perspective, how does the public defender bill impact the way your immigration unit can operate?
Sure. So our immigration unit was actually just launched in fall of 2020 with the goal of being able to provide a more robust representation to the non-citizen clients that our office has. And part of that is assisting them when they are in criminal proceedings. And then the second part of that is being able to continue representation of those same individuals when they are placed in removal proceedings. So our goal is to be able to provide a more holistic approach to representing individuals who may have criminal cases arising in Cook County. And the two systems are, very closely intertwined. Criminal cases have a grave impact on individuals' immigration options, and somebody's immigration status can, of course, affect what they're able to do and how they may encounter the criminal justice system. And so we felt that we really needed to have a holistic approach towards taking care of these clients so that we can address both of these needs. And to do that, this bill will allow us to continue representation.
And State Representative Gong-Gershowitz, from your opinion, as an immigration attorney, how does having this legal counsel affect an outcome for someone who's facing deportation?
Well, it's dramatic. Yeah, I think most recently I read a study by the American Immigration Council, which found that among detained immigrants, the difference between having representation and not having representation came down to, a matter of almost 2 times being more likely to succeed if somebody had access to counsel. In cases where an immigrant was not detained, the study found that success was almost 5 times more likely when somebody had access to counsel. So the results, in the cases aren't dependent on the merits. The merits of the cases are the same, whether you have representation or you don't have representation. The difference is your ability to articulate the merits of your case. So as I said, having access to counsel has a dramatic impact in the success of someone obtaining relief. And as I said, the merits of the case are the same. The difference is in your ability to articulate a complex legal standard with access to representation.
And Hina, you said, of course, your office, your unit is it's still fairly young, but how have you all started working towards implementing this right to representation model in your office?
Sure. So we're in the process of staffing up our unit. We're actually working on interviewing over the next month or so. I've been, considering what our representation model will look like, so that come early 2022, when we're able to go into immigration court, we'll have a model set up. Know how clients will be able to get in touch with us, seek out representation, et cetera.
Got it. And this public defender bill came out hand in hand, of course, with a push for more public information campaigns in high traffic areas. Representative Gongershowitz, do you believe that there has been a lack of this public information for refugee and immigrant communities until this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Prior to coming into the General Assembly, I worked in immigration for over 2 decades, and it was always devastating to me to see somebody come in who would essentially waive their rights because they didn't know how to assert them. They didn't know that they had rights, and oftentimes were presented with documents and information that were not presented to them in a language that they could understand. I had cases where somebody had signed their own removal order, which in immigration cases is incredibly hard to overcome. And they couldn't understand what it was that they were signing, didn't know that they had the right to obtain counsel and have something explained to them. So the consequences for not understanding your rights can be devastating. And this is a simple matter of education. I don't think there's many Americans who can't recite the Miranda warnings, right? We've all seen you have the right to remain silent on television and courtroom dramas. This is something that we consider to be fundamental to due process and fairness. And yet for the immigrant community, oftentimes left without knowing that they even have rights to assert. So for me, this would be a game changer in ensuring that those who are most vulnerable know that they have rights and can assert them.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Our thanks to Hina Mansouri and State Representative Jennifer Gongershowitz for joining us.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.